Welcome learners to today's session. We all know that worry and stress affect our mental and emotional and physical well-being. So in order to safeguard ourselves from stress and worry, we need to know what stress is, how stress can be managed, and what are the different causes of stresses. So we have with us our expert, Dr. Grace Dawn Nemching. Welcome, Dr. Grace.
Thank you.
Who will be talking on stress management. So let us go to Dr. Grace. Dr. Grace, could you tell us what is stress, and can you also explain what are the symptoms of stress?
Dr. Nisha, you have given a very good introduction on what stress is. When we are talking about stress, stress means strain, it means anxiety, it means pressure. For example, I would like to tell you that right now, IGNOU students are taking exams, what is called June term exams, June term in exam. So there would be a lot of stress on them giving their exam, taking their exam. So when we are talking about stress, stress is something which is negative. It is something, which leads to a lot of pressure, anxiety and strain. And also there is some kind of negativity to what is called stress. Because when you are stressed, nothing positive will come out of stress. Stress leads to, a lot of emotional, it could be in terms of emotional strain, it would be in terms of physical strain, and there would be a lot of emotional as well as physical burden on an individual who has stress. So when we are talking of stress, we are talking about stress which is or which can be used interchangeably with other terms such as, like I told before, I have spoken before, that is anxiety, pressure or strain. When we are talking about stress, you have asked what are the symptoms of stress. When we are talking about stress, the symptoms of stress could be, headache, you have pain in your head, then it could be irritable, you're irritable. You become very irritated about certain things. You lose your composure. You are not calm and cool. And also, there would be panic attacks, and also there would be a problem in terms of your sleeping. You may have sleeping disorders. So when we are talking about stress, these are the symptoms. You may have sweaty palm, or your physical movement, or your physical movement may be your physical movement may not be very normal because you are irritated, you have headache, or there is sweaty palm, or you'll have a lot of mood swings. All these are the symptoms of stress. So when we are talking of stress, especially in our society today, when we are living in such a fast-paced society, when we are always on the run, on the go for achieving something, stress level becomes very high. So it is important to talk about stress. It is important to identify what causes stress, and it is also important to talk about the strategies of stress. So this is an overall definition of what stress is and what are the causes of stress.
Thank you, Dr. Grace, for explaining us clearly what stress is and what are the symptoms of stress. As you rightly pointed out that not just IGNOU students, but I guess students across colleges and across universities, this is the time when they would be taking their exams, different various exams, let it be entrance exams, right, or let it be the term end exams. And this is the time when the students would be most anxious. They would be very, as you rightly mentioned about the different symptoms of stress, they would be irritable, they might have panic attacks, and they might feel anxious. So you rightly mentioned about the different symptoms of stress. Could you also tell us what are the causes of stress and what are the effects of stress on human body?
Right. When we are talking about the causes of stress, stress can be caused by many factors. It could be small or it could be big. For example, simply, let me give you an example. I am coming to office, but on the way, I may be caught in a traffic jam and I have an important meeting to attend. That would be a cause of stress. So stress can be caused by many factors. It could be big and small. It could be because of some everyday issue. For example, your parents' expectations or peer pressure. All these are causes of stress. And stress could be because of financial conditions wherein it leads to anxiety, it leads to arguments between spouses, between family members, and also it could be because you are judged by others, and also in offices, in your workplace, your seniors or your seniors may judge you, or they may look down on you, or they may put you down, or they may favor others instead of favoring you, in spite of you doing when you feel you are doing a better job or equally a good job. Or it could be because of failures in your personal relationship. It could be because of marital discord. It could be tensions in parenting, because these days a lot of times what happens is parents, both the parents are working parents, or one of the parent is working, and the parent who is working does not spend enough time with the children, plus the one who is staying at home looking after the children may be overburdened in looking after the children. So there could be a lot of arguments with regard to the parenting style. And also, like I said before, we are living in a society wherein it is very chaotic. We are living in a fast-paced society. We are living in a society wherein we are always on the go. We have to achieve this goal. If we do not achieve this goal, if we do not do this, if we do not perform well, we are lagging behind. So these are the causes of stress. And other causes of stress would be in the form of shifting of accommodation, because shifting accommodation is, you are uprooting your life from one place to another, and it involves a lot of it involves a lot of packing, unpacking. It involves a lot of settling in the new environment. So it may lead to stress. And also beginning of a new job, or because you have shifted from one job to another. In the old job you were very comfortable, but because of certain circumstances you have to shift to a new job. So that could lead to stress, because you have to perform well in the new job, and you have to meet certain targets. And also because of family matters, it could lead to a lot of stress, like a divorce which has taken place in the family, or your own divorce, or it could be because of the death of a family member, and also Dr. Nisha, stress can be because you are afraid to speak publicly. Public speaking also lead to a lot of stress, because a lot of people have problem in facing the public. A lot of people have problem in public speaking, going on the stage. So there are many factors, many causes of stress which could be because of issues which are which takes place every day, at home, in office, in your workplace, or in the surrounding environment. So these are the various causes of stress.
Right, Dr. Grace. Thank you for explaining to us what are the different causes of stress. As you rightly pointed out, a lot of times stress is caused when the life of a person deviates from the normal, when it is not as per what the person would have hoped or wished for his or her life to go. And another cause of stress is expectations of others from you. So this also causes a lot of stress, as you rightly pointed out, the expectations of your parents, of your peers, etc. And the third category was when a person steps into the unknown, when a person is stepping into a new job, a new relationship, a new life situation, then definitely these things can cause stress. Thank you, Dr. Grace, for mentioning about the different causes of stress. Could you also let us know about what are the different effects of stress?
Right. When we are talking about stress, the effects of stress is very dangerous. It leads to what is called, high BP. It may lead to stroke. Stress is what is called a silent killer, and it is very dangerous because it is hazardous to physical as well as mental well-being. Doctors agree that chronic stress interferes with the digestive system and the immune system, and also it leads to, like I said, high blood pressure, and also it could lead to cardiac arrest, it could lead to stroke, it could lead to allergies. You are susceptible to allergies. So when we are talking about the effects of stress, stress is a silent killer. When we are talking about stress, like I said, at times you may underestimate what stress can do to you. But believe me when I say stress is a silent killer. It could lead to high BP, it could lead to sudden cardiac arrest, it could lead to, a stroke, it could lead to, a lot of other problems in terms of, it can lead to problem in the digestive system, it could lead to problem in the immune system, which may interfere with your sleep, it may lead to sleep disorders, and so on and so forth. So these are the effects of stress, Dr. Nisha.
All right, Dr. Grace, thank you for explaining to us what are the causes and now what are the effects of stress. As you rightly pointed out, stress affects our immune system negatively. It leads to various physical ailments, including, as you said, heart issues.
Right.
And also, many a time, stress can also manifest in the form of pains in different parts of our body.
Right.
Thank you for explaining it to us. Now, could you tell us why is management of stress important?
Because when we are talking about stress, management is important because like I said, because stress is a silent killer, at times you may not be aware what stress can do to you, and also as an individual you may underestimate stress, what stress can cause you. So it is very important to talk about stress management. One of the most important point for stress management is for a better life. Learning stress management skills and applying them to everyday life helps a person take control of his or her life. Handling stress effectively builds a positive outlook. A solution-oriented approach helps in overcoming problems and living a better life. Then also stress leads to improving one's health. Constantly being under stress affects one's health. We have talked about this, Dr. Nisha, when we are talking about where stress leads to, when you are in a lot of stress, it leads to a problem in your physical and mental well-being. It leads to a negative physical and mental well-being. So, stress management is important because it leads to improvement in health. It makes, when we are talking about stress leads to you become prone to a lot of diseases, and it also you become prone to aging process, and also it causes, in a lot of cases, it causes what is called weight gain and obesity, and also because of all this factor, because you want to improve your health, who does not want to lead a healthy life, who does not want to lead a long life? So it is very important to identify this early stages of stress related health problems. Stress management is also important because it strengthens what is called relationship. It takes no time for relationship to collapse under stress. Building or rebuilding trust and bridging the communication gap are the right thing to do so. So if you want to value your relationship, it could be relationship in terms of a parent to their children. It could be, relationship in terms of a wife to the husband, or the daughter-in-law to the, in-laws. It could be relationship in terms of your colleagues. It could be relationship in terms of neighbors. So if you manage your stress very well, it leads to a healthy relationship with other people in your life. So it is very important to go for stress management. It is very important to consider stress management to improve your relationship with others. And also, if you undergo stress management, if you are able to manage stress, it leads to what is called enhancement of your performance, because work stress, especially in your workplace, if you have a lot of stress, it leads to what is called emotional burnout. It leads to low self-esteem. You feel that you are worthless. You are not able to achieve success. It leads to what is called it affects your productivity, and also it leads to a feeling that you are not good enough to perform your job. So it is very important, Dr. Nisha, to manage your stress, because it enhances your performance in the office. Then also, when we are talking about stress management, it is important to note that when you are able to manage stress, it leads to what is called improved communication. When you are able to improve your communication with others, when you are able to express your feelings, when you are able to communicate your feelings with your neighbors, or your colleagues, or your husband or your children, it leads to an improvement in the relationship in terms of it becomes more healthy. You are more happy, your stress is reduced. So these are the importance of stress management.
Thank you, Dr. Grace, for elaborating upon why it is important that a person manages his or her stress. It definitely leads to better life. It improves the health of a person. It helps in strengthening the relationships of the person with others. And as you rightly pointed out, that it also enhances a person's performance or productivity in his or her work sphere, in his or her family life. So thank you, Dr. Grace, for elaborating upon it and letting us know why it is important that a person manages stress. Moving further, could you tell us what are the different strategies of managing stress?
When we are talking about strategies for management stress, it is very important to recognize that when we are talking about strategies mean steps to manage how a person would reduce stress in their life. What is important is time management, Dr. Nisha. We talk about wherein, people keep on saying that 24-hour in a person's life, in a day, is not enough because you have so much of work to do. But your stress level will reduce if you have time management. Your stress level will reduce if you are able to manage time. For example, if you are a working woman, you should manage time in terms of, your time for your kids, your children, your time for your office, your time for your other activities in life. It could be in the form of reading a book. It could be in the form of reading a magazine or newspaper, television, and so on and so forth. So If you are able to manage your time within the 24 hours given to you, then it would lead to what is called reducing of stress, because time is very important. Time is money. So one factor to strategy, strategy for stress management is time management. Then a lot of time, like I said before, we are living in a fast-paced society. At times we need to relax and we need to breathe. Relaxing means, it does not mean you throw away your shoes or your bags and you don't go to office, or you don't do work at home. It means to relax in terms of, it could be just taking out 2 minutes of your time and breathing exercise for 2 minutes. You can just sit in a corner and sit down, relax, close your eyes, and go for a breathing exercise. Or you could go for what is called yoga and meditation. Yoga and meditation is one of the very important strategy to manage stress. When you meditate, you do not need to have a very grand room to meditate. You could just meditate in the corner of your house. You could just meditate in your workplace. Just close your eyes for 2-3 minutes, meditate, and along with meditation, you can go for a breathing exercise, you can relax. And also, Dr. Nisha, I have mentioned yoga. Yoga is also very important to reduce stress. Yoga, taking exercise, all these are very important, because for a person to reduce his or her stress, exercise is very important. When you exercise, it leads to what is called physical well-being. Physical well-being leads to what is called emotional well-being. And it is very important to take care of your physical health. Physical health, emotional well-being also reduces stress. And other important factors would be how to reduce stress. What are the other strategy for reducing stress would be communication and cultivating social relationship. If you are alone, if you are living alone, it leads to a lot of stress, because when you are lonely, you are not able to share your thoughts and your feelings to others. If you communicate, it reduces your stress. If you have social relationship, if you have good friends, if you have good colleagues, you are able to communicate with them with regard to your stress level. If you are able to talk to your colleagues, if you are able to talk to your friends regarding your problems, it reduces stress. So it is very important to communicate. A person who does not have friends, a person who is not able to communicate, has a lot of stress level, because he's not able to speak about his stress. So it leads to more and more problems, and it leads to what is called this loneliness, wherein he does not have any friends, he is not able to communicate, increases his stress level. And also, Dr. Nisha, it is very important to have balanced diet. When we are stressed, when we have a lot of stress, we tend to go for what is called binge eating. We leave everything aside and we just start eating, binging, and it leads to obesity. It leads to increase of weight. It is very important to eat balanced diet in terms of, you should eat your greens, you should eat your proteins, you should have a lot of water, especially during the summer months, wherein it is very hot. Be hydrated. And also, balanced diet leads to a lot of nutrients which will feed your body, which is very important for a healthy lifestyle. So eating balanced diet is very important. And also, positive environment is very important. Positive environment in terms of, you should take time out. You should have time to laugh. You should have time to spend with others. You should, surround yourself with people who are positive, because if people surround if positive people surrounds you, if you maintain relationship with positive people, it would lead to a positive environment wherein it would reduce your stress level. So it is very important to have laughter. It is very important to have fun. You should take time out for yourself. You should give time to yourself. You should move out. You should enjoy with your friends. It could be just a simple nature walk, it could be just a simple watching a movie together, but surround yourself with positive people, which will lead to a positive lifestyle. So these are the various strategies for stress management.
Thank you, Dr. Grace, for letting us know what are the different strategies for stress management. So, dear learners, you know that though these are exam times and we understand that you would be stressed out, but you know what to do when you are stressed out. Please manage your time properly, relax. And don't forget the age-old techniques of beating stress, that is yoga and meditation and exercises. And do talk to your friends, do talk to your parents, do talk to your neighbors, teachers, whomever you are comfortable with, so that you can relax and unwind. And do not forget to have a balanced diet, because a balance of all the nutrients is very important to beat the stress. And if heat is causing a lot of stress, do not forget to hydrate yourself.
Right.
Keep yourself hydrated, drink lots of water, and we wish you all all the very best for your exams. We hope that you would have benefited from this session on stress management. Thank you, Dr. Grace, for being with us.
Thank you so much.